species, and the size and beauty of its trees. The winds blow in melody through their colossal spires, and they are vocal everywhere with the songs of birds and running waters. Miles of fragrant Kinethios and Manazita bushes bloom beneath them. Lily gardens and meadows, damp ferny glens, an endless variety of fragrance and color, compelling the admiration of every observer. Sweeping on other ridge and valleys, these noble trees extended a continuous belt from end to end of the range, only slightly interrupted by sheer walled canyons at intervals of about 15 and 20 miles. Here the great burly brown bears delight to roam, harmonizing with the brown holes of the trees beneath which they fed. Deer also dwell here, and find food and shelter in the ceanothus tangles. With a multitude of smaller people, above this region of giants the trees grow smaller until the utmost limit of the timberline is reached on the stormy mountain slopes at the height from 10 to 12,000 feet above the sea, where the dwarf pine is so lowly and hard, beset by storms and heavy snow. It is pressed into flat tangles above the tops of which may easily walk below the main forest belt. The trees likewise diminish in size, forest and burning, drought repressing and blasting alike. The rose-purple zone along the base of the range comprehends nearly all the famous gold region of California, and here it was that miners from every country under the sun assembled in a wild, torrent-like rush to seek their fortunes on the banks of every river, ravine, and gully. They have left their marks. Every gravel and boulder bed has been desperately riddled over and over again. But in this region, the pick and shovel once wielded with savage enthusiasm has been laid away, and only quartz mining is now being carried on to any considerable extent. The zone in general is made up of low, tawny, waving foothills, roughened up here and there with brush and tree, and outcroppings, masses of slate colored gray and red with lichen. The smaller masses of slate rising abruptly from the dry grassy sod and the leaning slabs look like the ancient tombstones and the desiccated burying ground. In early spring, say from February to April, the whole of this foothill belt is a paradise of bees and flowers. Refreshing rains then fall freely. Birds are so busy building their nests, and the sunshine is balmy and delightful. But by the end of May, the soil, plants, and sky seem to have been baked in an oven. Most of the plants crumble to dust beneath the foot, and the ground is so full of cracks, while the thirsty traveler gazes with eager longing through the burning glare to the snowy summits looming like hazy clouds in the distance. The trees, mostly Quercus douglasii and Pinus sabrinae, 30 to 40 feet high with thin, pale green foliage, stand far apart and cast but little shade. Lizards glide out on the rocks, enjoying a constitution that no drought can dry, and ants in amazing numbers. Those tiny sparks of life seem to burn the brighter with the increasing heat. Ramble industriously in long trains in search of food. Crows, ravens, magpies, friends in distress, gather on the ground beneath the best shade tree, panting with drooping wings and bills wide open. Scarce a note from any of them during the midday hours. Quails, too, seek